Well, this is going to be new. Never done a live stream before. You're going to see me try to work through all this stuff in real time. Well, this one goes out to my student Dave, who was my first student I got from this channel. He reached out to my email and we started doing online lessons. There was one point he was wondering how he could practice more efficiently. He said he wasn't sure, what to do, essentially, and how to use his time wisely. So this kind of goes out to him. This is what I would do if I were a beginner trying to learn a song. I'm going to play left-handed. This is a left-handed guitar. Well, it's a right-handed guitar. I strung upside down. I did a few YouTube shorts a while ago documenting my attempt to learn left-handed guitar through this channel, just playing along to my own videos. I got okay, but then the whole move happened. I haven't really tried playing left-handed guitar in many months, so I'll be starting fresh. I'll probably be about the same skill level as anybody who's feeling challenged by the videos in this channel. So I'm going to try and learn Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan. It's got four different chords: G, D, A minor, and C. So I figured it wouldn't be too bad. It just does this the whole time. So it's really good when it's one of the first open chord songs I teach students. So I thought it would be a good one for me to start with. I think when you're trying to, sit down to practice, you want to be very goal-oriented. There are times where you want to pick up your guitar and just play it for sure and just kind of mess around. But when you practice, you want to have a game plan set out. So here is my game plan. I have a long-term goal. I mean, learning a song is not going to happen in one practice session. That's, something to consider. So my long-term goal with what I'm trying to do right now is just play along with the recording. I basically want to be able to put the song on and play along from start to finish. If I could do that, I could be in a band. That's my mentality when I'm teaching students, is just trying to get them to a point where they can play a song from start to finish, trying not to miss a beat. The short-term goal, what I'm trying to do in this practice session, in this 30-minute practice session, is I want to change chords in time. That's usually the thing that takes the longest to kind of settle, is being able to move from G to D between beats 4 and 1. And once we get the strum pattern going, which is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and I really only get an eighth note between here and here. So it's a really short gap that I've got to try and get able to do. And that's going to take the majority of the work. The strum pattern, getting the strum pattern worked in usually is not that hard. That usually comes together pretty quick. But I am going to feel pretty rusty trying these chords. I did do a bunch of chord kicks back in the day, so this is not completely new to me, but it will be a challenge. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try and get the song going and see if I can get from one chord to the next in time. What I'm going to start with is just warming up my fingers, just waking them up, getting control, kind of just getting comfortable playing, dusting off the cobwebs. After that, I'm going to try and muscle memorize these chord shapes. The key to getting from one chord to the next is being able to get to these chords without even thinking about it. I mean, it needs to be just like a reflex. So in order to do that, it's just repetition, muscle memory. You got to do it like 1,000 times. So I'm going to try and do, 20 of them. It's not 1,000, but over time, over a couple months, you could get 1,000 down. Not too hard. So after I do a bunch of chord kicks, just kind of warming up each chord individually, then I'm going to work on changing from one chord to the next. Just because you can get to G really quick and get to D really quick, it's going to mess with you to go from G to D because the route that your fingers has to take is different. So you kind of have to muscle memorize that too. what I've been trying to do with this channel is give you a lot of really common chords and chord changes that show up in, like every song, so that when you go to learn songs, you already have that muscle memory developed. But I don't have that yet, so that's what I'm going to work on. After I feel like I'm getting cozy with moving from one chord to the next, I'm going to try and play along with the song, except I'm not going to try and do the strum pattern right away. I'm just going to start by doing one strum for every measure and giving myself 3 counts to get from one chord to the next. After I feel like I can do that comfortably, I'm going to add 2 strums, giving myself a little bit less time to get from one chord to the next. Then I'm going to go to 3 strums. You see where that's going. After I can do 4, then I might start trying to do the strum pattern. But the thing is, I might also have to slow the song down and work my way up to normal speed and then add in another strum. So we'll see how I'm starting out. And I'll probably have to do some testing. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to play the actual recording because I'm trying to avoid copyright issues. I'm not sure how all of that works. So hopefully this falls within fair use. I've got myself a very basic thing that I put together on my keyboard here. So it'll be enough to follow along, but hopefully it's basic and boring enough that it's not considered entertaining. I don't know how it works, but please don't give me a strike on my channel or whatever. All right, I'm gonna do some walking the board. Oh no, sorry, that's what I usually call it in my lessons. In this channel, we've been calling it spider crawls. The book I teach out calls them walking the board. So I did a lot of those before, but I'm gonna start with the last spider crawl in level 1, which is 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit louder. All right, I'm gonna do maybe one more round with without the metronome. Then I'm gonna try it with a metronome because it's good to be able to do these things at your own speed. But ultimately, when you're playing along with other musicians, you need to be able to stay at a certain speed. And I think that's where most students, if you're just like learning on the internet, you never get that experience. And it's gonna be really hard to do that without practicing it that way, which is also what this channel is about. Is giving you something to practice along to so that you also develop good timing. But I digress. All right, let's see what happens with a metronome. I'm going to go to 80 beats per minute. Whoops. I'm also going to take off. Oops. Take out that accent. I don't move my fingers a lot when, we're playing this song, not like this. This is kind of more for like lead practice, but it's really just for like general guitar building muscles, guitar muscle building, general guitar muscle building. See, this is why editing is nice. So I want to do this just to kind of, increase my overall comfort on the instrument before I go start like trying a bunch of other crazy stuff. All right, that was 80. That felt okay. Let's try 100. Oops. Not bad. All right, 120, and then we'll move on to some chord stuff. Well, next time, hopefully I will do better. Okay, next will be some chord kicks. I need to refresh my memory on how to play all these chords. We'll start with G. Let's see, I'm just going to do like 10 each at my own speed. Then I might try with a metronome. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And like I even kind of feel it in my hand, like in my muscles. It feels almost like I was doing push-ups or something, but just in my fingers. That's what you want. It means you're building muscles. And you need the muscles to play, not just the knowledge. All right, here's D. I'll do 10 of them. 1, 2. It's not a bad idea to like try and switch up the order you put your fingers down. Sometimes I start with my third finger. Sometimes I start with my second finger. Usually start with my first finger. But eventually they'll all just kind of go at the same time. All right, that felt like 10. C. If you're just starting these out, it's good to say the chord name before you place it. It's good to say it out loud. That will, create a link between the name of the chord and the shape your fingers have to take. And then just when you think of the chord, your fingers will go to that shape. It'll be like a reflex. All right. Now A minor. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I know this song is at 140 beats per minute. I'm going to see if I can do 4 strums of the chord, and then I'm going to kick out and come back. If I can do that at 140, theoretically, it means I can move from here to here, and I can place the chord in the correct amount of time. So that's kind of just like a good test to see where you're at. So this is at 100 beats per minute. I want to get up to 140. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be worse. Not terrible. I'm just going to try with that. This pick's really creepy. go up to 110. All right. How about 120? One-third. Starting to get a little sloppy. All right, 140. All right. Let me try that with C. Let me go back to 100. I gotta get this hair out of my way. So I'm gonna cut my hair so it wasn't in my face all the time. All right. Ooh, no. See, I mean, I'm feeling it too. That does not happen when I play right-handed. So that's not going to happen. Let's see. I'm just going to go up to 140 and see what I can do. Can I do 3? I can't do 4, but can I do 3? It's not pretty, but I think I could possibly do it. 2, I think for sure. Cool. So let's try D. Sorry, this thing sticking out here is really not, that's like right where I want to put my arm. Keep ending up in a weird position. So I can do 2, 3. Nope. All right. So what I'm thinking is, if I were to try and play this at full speed, I could probably get away with 2 strums each relatively comfortably. So that might be a good starting point. Real quick, I'm going to go through and practice some chord changes. I guess just to be thorough, let's just double check the A minor. Well, I can kind of do that. About 3. No. So I kind of know about where I'm going to try and start, which is good. All right. Chord changes. I'm feeling good about each chord by itself, but let's try moving from... I'm going to just do this line a bunch of times, and then I'm going to do this line a bunch of times. So here's the first line, G, C. Uh-oh, this cable's getting janky. Maybe it's probably the whole guitar. This whole guitar is pretty janky. This is the first guitar I ever bought for $50 in junior high. I'm going to try and do this chord change 7 times. I read once that 7 is like the magic memory number. Oh. I'll fix this up before the next one. Really should just get an angled cable. All right. Nope, sorry. G. Knock, knock, knock heavens. That was 1. That was 2. That was 3. That was 4. It's 5. 6. 7. All right. Now let's do the other one. The only difference is it ends with C instead. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Sorry, I guess I was supposed to stop 7. All right. So I think I've decided if I can get doing this and strumming twice, if I can strum 2 times in each measure at normal speed, I will consider that a success for this practice session. And then over the course of a couple weeks, I'll try and add more strums and then eventually the strum pattern. But let's see what happens using my fake recording here. That is not better than the original at all. So you should just go listen to Bob Dylan's version because mine is trash. And I am not trying to make any money from it at all. Just wanted to state that. Okay, so here we go. This is at full speed. I'm going to just start warming up by doing 1 strum for every measure. I'm fairly confident I can do that, but we'll see. Here we go. Already not a great start. Here, let me get this chord set up first. Try that again. Should have given myself more runway when I recorded this. Oh, maybe I can't do this. I'm going to slow it down a smidge. It's not bad. That was at 140 beats per minute. I'm going to go down to 110. I'm going to try and work my way up. All right. Okay, I'm going to go up from 110 to 120. Just trying to make this really gradual. You want to find the speed at which it's pretty comfortable and then just as incrementally as you can. In fact, I maybe even shouldn't do 10 beat per minute increments. I mean, I could do one and it would be barely noticeable. I mean, it really just depends on how much patience you have. Here we go. Starting to feel a little cozier. That A minor gets me. All right, this one's back to full speed, 140 beats per minute. There are moments where I can like feel that my hands just go there without me thinking about it. It's a good sign. Now I had to throw this recording together just to hopefully avoid any copyright issues that may or may not come up. But if I were you, I would just be going to the actual recording on YouTube and slowing it down using the playback speed feature. If you're on a browser, you can do, 50%, 55%, 60%, 65%, 70. If you're just on your phone, you can only do like 50, 75, or 100. So I would do it on a browser. So usually 60% does not sound that bad. Once you start getting lower than that, just the sound quality itself gets pretty harsh. But 60 is not terrible. And that's usually where I start with students when we're trying to play along with recordings. So 60% of 140. Siri says it's 84. So if I go to 84 beats per minute, I'm going to do 85 just because I'm OCD like that. If I do that, then it's going to be about 60% of normal speed. And this is probably where I would start if I'm trying to now add in a third strum. And then I'm going to work my way back up to 120, 140. Sorry, what happens? Sorry, I said I was going to do 3 strums. I meant 2 strums. Mess with me. Here we go. Let's try that again. Not bad. I guess if I were to go up in 10% increments, that's 14. So if I add, this would be about 70%. Or should I do 65? I'm going to do 65 because I'm not very good. So that's about here. All right, now let's try 70. Well, I'm doing this as if I only have 30 minutes to practice, which is, probably what most people are willing to allot in their busy lives. I've done a lot of talking that you probably won't be doing when you're practicing. So we're kind of getting close. I've now adjusted my expectations, and I've decided that if I can play 2 strums per measure at normal speed, then I will be stoked about this practice session. And I will come back tomorrow with the goal of trying to get to 3 strums at full speed. So right now, I think we're at 70%. I'm going to go up to 75% and see if I can work my way up to normal speed. And then I will be done. Here we go. All right, not bad. Okay. So here's 80%. Again, just trying to make it as gradual as I can. Try to make it like YouTube. Like I could make it gradual. You're practicing with YouTube videos. Cool. Let's try 90%. I'm feeling confident. Hopefully not. Unearned. time I do this, it's slightly more challenging, but it still feels doable. And I think that's important. If you're just like jumping in, you kind of learn the chords, you learn the strum pattern, and you just try and play along at full speed, it's probably not going to go very well, and you're going to be really demoralized. But so it's about giving yourself little goals to meet along the way. It makes it more fun, and that's all I have to say about that, I guess. Here we go. Last round. Here's 140 beats per minute, full speed, 2 strums per measure, and then we will be done. I gotta start that over. Hold on. That was okay. Could have been worse. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to take a lot of these kinds of practice sessions to get to a point where I can play it with this strum pattern. But I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to try and do it every week. I'm not going to promise that yet. We'll see how it goes. But hopefully on the weekends, I didn't really expect anybody to join in on this. But later on, if you find these and you think it'd be helpful to come in and hang out with me while I practice, and you can ask me questions. Come ready to learn. This is why I write scripts. Cool. Well, see you in the next one. I'll have a new video posted sometime this week. So get practicing that and play all those videos so you can get to doing stuff like this. Bye. Let me know if you like these live streams or if I should just stop. See ya.